Hello friends. So today we'll see work done in adiabatic irreversible expansion or compression process. So we'll take one example. So compression will be just the sign will be changed. So expansion of work against a zero pressure or free expansion, that is in volume. So this is the first case. So in vacuum or free expansion, definitely the external pressure is zero. So dW is equal to minus P external into dV will equal to 0. Since this is 0, so whole work will be 0. Internal energy will be also 0. Delta H will be also 0. And for a finite change, we will have W0, work done 0, internal energy 0, delta T 0, all is 0. So we can conclude that free expansion of the ideal case under reversible isothermal or adiabatic condition all are identical and it is equal to 0. So both cases, even reversible isothermal or it will be reversible adiabatic condition, all will be 0. Now compression or expansion against a constant pressure. So work done is equal to minus external pressure into change in volume, and adiabatic expansion Q is 0. So we can write delta U is nothing but the W, which is minus P external to V2 minus V1. So ideal case at constant volume, so delta U is equal to NCP into delta T, and delta H is equal to NCP into delta T. So this is the first second. If you divide it, you will get delta H by delta U is nothing but the gamma. And again work done is delta U is equal to P external to V2 minus V1. So we can substitute the value, above value. So this is nothing but NCP into change in temperature, and this is P external to V2 minus V1, or we can write P external to V1 minus V2. If you take the P external, that is equal to the P2, that is the pressure of the gas after expansion. So this is important. If you take the P external pressure equal to P2, that is the pressure of the gas, pressure of gas after expansion. So we can write NCB T2 minus T1 divided by, this is the external pressure P2, NR T1 by P1. This will be your NR T1, this one NR T1 by T1, and this is V2 is nothing but the NR T2 by P2. So we'll get here P2 equal to nRT1 by P1 minus nR2 by P2, and if T1 is given, then we can T2 into Cv plus R, and T1 is equal to T1 into P2 by P1 into R plus Cv, and T2 is nothing T1 divided by whole value. So this is called as a pressure volume work or expansion work. And work is minus P external P1 T1 by P1 minus R T2 by P2, or we can write P external R, so multiplying all this one, taking R at common, and we can, so we have three different type of equations. Work done in isobaric process, expansion of the gas. So we know that dH is equal to N into Cp into dt, and du is equal to N into Cp into dt, and delta H is from first law du minus work done. So we can substitute this value delta H delta U in this, and we'll get this equation. And W is equal to NCV dt minus NCP dt. So we can add in this form, and Cv minus Cp is nothing but the your minus R. So we can get W equal to NR dt and or minus NR into T2 minus T1, or work of expansion equal to minus R NR into T2 minus T1. So we can derive this isobaric process in this way. Now we'll see some solved examples. So 2 moles of an ideal monatomic gas Cv is this much, expand irreversibly and adiabatically from a initial pressure of this much against a constant external pressure of this much, until the temperature drops from an initial value to 325 to a final this much temperature decreasing. So calculate the work done by the gas in and this one, and what is the final volume. So initial volume is given, we have to find out the final volume. So again delta U is, we have to use this formula because we have to find the work done by the gas. So du is equal to NCV T2 minus T1. So two temperatures given. So this is the du, and work is nothing but the du, because Q is your 0. So we'll get this much value, minus 12.55 joule is the work done. Now from this work done we have to find the V1. So for V1 again nRT by P1 is given. So from here we can find the V1, and what is V2. So this, from this process, work done is given, external pressure is given, and V1 is given. So V2 is equal to minus W by P external plus V1. So if you solve it, you will get the V2 value. Now let us see the second numerical. So ideal monatomic gas Cv is equal to 1.5 bar initially at 298 Kelvin each, and this much pressure, which expands adiabatically until it is in equilibrium with the constant external pressure of this much. So calculate the T2. We had find the final temperature T2. So first dU is how much? That is the P external into dV. So you just write the value NCB into change temperature, and this P external V2 minus V1. So this is nothing but the P2. So you write the replace the P external by P2, and this V2 is by using ideal gas equation. So nRT2 by P2, and this is V1 is nRT1 by P1. So CV into T2 minus T1 is nothing but the P2 into R. Take out R as a common. So we'll get this much value. And now substitute the value. CV is 1.5 R. This is temperature given. T2 we have to find out. T1 is given. P2 is given. R is given. R will be cancelled. T2 is given. P2 is given. P1 is given. T1 is given. P1 is given. So if you solve it, you will get this final temperature. A given volume of nitrogen gas is this much, whose CV is 5 by 2 bar at 373 Kelvin, and this much pressure is adiabatically compressed against a definite value of pressure in order to raise its temperature to 673 Kelvin. Calculate the minimum value of this definite pressure. So we have to find this definite pressure, that is P2. So du is nothing but the NCB in T2 minus T1. So this is nothing but the P external by V2 minus V1. So NCB T2 minus T1, and on cancelling you will get CV equal to T2 minus T1, and you will get this much value that we have already calculated. Now substitute the value. Temperature is given 63, so it is ranging from the 373 to 673. So two temperature also given. Substitute the value, so you will get this pressure is this much value, that is the 3.86 by into 10 to the power 5, 10 to the power raised to 5 Pascal. Next question, hydrogen gas is mixed with air at 25 degrees centigrade under a pressure of 1 atmosphere and exploded in a closed vessel. The heat of the reaction is this one. This is the process. So 1 mole of hydrogen reacting with the half mole of oxygen to give the water from the air. At constant volume, the internal energy at room temperature is this much value, and Cp value for water vapor and nitrogen in this temperature range is this much. This temperature 3200 Kelvin is 39.06 joule per Kelvin per mole and 26.4 joule per Kelvin per mole respectively. So calculate the explosion temperature under adiabatic condition. So it is taken adiabatic condition, so volume is constant. So change in temperature, internal energy will be delta, this will be 0, at this will be 0, but internally it will be delta U plus heating and initial room temperature, this plus heating. So outside no change, no energy is passing in the closed container. So delta U heating is equal to delta U plus 298. So this is written as NCP into delta T. So this is given is nothing but a 240.602 Kelvin joule Kelvin per mole. So already it is given here at this temperature. Now air contains what? Half mole reacted with the hydrogen. So half mole of oxygen left and 4 moles of nitrogen left. Because if you take the 1 mole of oxygen, then there in the composition of air there will be 4 mole of oxygen. So there is these two gases also present. So we'll take the CV of these two gases also along with the water. Now NCB is how much? NCB of water gas is this much, NCB for nitrogen this much. So we will get the total NCB this much, this into this, this into this. So again NCB delta T is how much? So NCB delta T will be your this much, that is the TF minus 298. TF minus 298. So you will get the this much value. So this is the total value which we are getting from the at constant volume at room temperature. So TF minus 298 is equal to this whole value divided by this value. So you will get 16.63.21. So final temperature will be whole value plus 298. So you will get final value will be whole plus 298. So you will get 1966.21 Kelvin. Estimate the adiabatic flame temperature of a split lamp. So this is the data. Ethanol is reacting with the oxygen to give CO2 plus water, and data heat of enthalpy is 1370 kJ per mole, and a specific, this is the molar heat capacity constant pressure is for carbon dioxide, water and nitrogen also given. So if the above reaction is carried out in air consisting of 80% nitrogen, 20% oxygen by volume, so what will be the final temperature? So delta H is this value, and the NCP delta T, NCP in T2 minus T1. So we have to calculate the heat capacity at constant temperature for all the gases. So we can write T2 is equal to this whole value. So this is the initial temperature, this is the initial temperature. So delta H is equal to this whole value. So moles of carbon dioxide into partial pressure of carbon dioxide, moles of hydrogen into partial pressure of water heat capacity of this one, and moles of nitrogen into partial pressure of nitrogen of heat capacity of this partial pressure of nitrogen. So moles will be given. So moles of carbon dioxide is 2 moles, water is how much, 3 moles, and nitrogen how much, this much moles. So 12 moles, because out of if oxygen is 20%, so nitrogen 80%. So if nitrogen you are taking, if oxygen you are taking how much, 4 mole, because see here, so 3 moles are used, means 1 mole is left. 3 moles means 1 mole is left. So definitely the nitrogen will be 12 moles of nitrogen will be there. So we'll take a 12 moles of nitrogen, okay, and multiplied by the 294. So it is multiplying. So you will, and then again this is the initial temperature. So if you solve it, you will get this final temperature. An ideal gas has a specific heat at constant volume, constant pressure, that is Cp equal to 5 by 2 bar. The gas is kept in a closed vessel of volume. This is the volume at a temperature of 300 Kelvin and pressure this much. So an amount of this much energy supplied to the gas, calculate the final temperature. So we have to find the final temperature. So first we have to find how many moles of gas is there. So most of the gas is Pv by RT. This is the most of the gas. Now you know the Cp minus Cp equal to R. Cp for this gas is this much. So Cp will be whole value. This is Cp value 5 by 2 R minus R. So heat supplied is how much, NCP into delta T. So this is the heat supply, that is 2.49 10 per 4. You can see here question, heat supplied, N is given 5.33, Cv is already given, delta T. Delta T is nothing but the T final minus T initial. So we know the T initial. So delta T is this much temperature. So T final will be delta T plus T initial. So this is the T final plus T initial. This is the total temperature. T final will be 675 Kelvin.